All right, if you're anywhere in South India, you're going to want to listen up. After a bit of a dry spell, the rains are coming back, and they're coming back with some real energy. So, we're going to break down exactly what's happening, why it's happening, and what you can expect over the next 10 days or so.
So here's how we're going to tackle this. First, we'll get right to the main story. The rain is strengthening again. Then we'll look at the why. What are the weather systems causing all this? After that, we'll do a big sweep across all of South India before we really zoom in for a detailed district-by-district look at Tamil Nadu. And finally, we'll look ahead to see just how long this wet pattern is going to stick around.
Okay, let's get right into the big headline for today and really for the whole week ahead. The rain is officially back. And look, this isn't just a passing shower we're talking about. We are walking into a seriously prolonged wet spell. You need to get ready for widespread rain that's expected to last for the next week, maybe even up to 10 days. This is a major pattern shift.
So what's flipping the switch all of a sudden? Well, it turns out it's not just one thing. It's almost like a perfect storm of different weather systems, all showing up to the party at the same time.
You know, what's so interesting here is how all these different systems are working together. You've got this massive cyclonic circulation over central India that's acting like a giant engine, just pulling moisture in from the sea. Then you've got this trough line that's basically a highway, funneling all that moisture directly towards us. When you add in these other systems stirring the pot, well, you have all the perfect ingredients for some serious thunderstorm activity. And the main kind of rain that we're going to be seeing is what's called convectional rain. Think of it this way. The sun beats down and heats up the ground. That hot, moist air has nowhere to go but up, and it rises really fast. As it gets higher, it cools and forms these huge, towering thunderclouds. And that's what gives us those really intense, sudden downpours, especially in the afternoon and evening. All right, let's pull back the lens a bit and start with the big picture. We'll take a quick tour across South India before we really drill down into the specifics for Tamil Nadu. First up, Kerala. They are definitely bracing for some pretty significant rainfall today. And we're not just talking about one or two spots here. This is looking like a statewide event. We expect heavy, thundery rain all the way from the southern tip in Thiruvananthapuram, right up to Kasaragod in the north. Pretty much the whole state is covered.
Okay, heading just north, Karnataka is also set for a very, very active weather day.
Big cities like Bengaluru and Mysuru should definitely plan for moderate to heavy rain. And that activity is going to be even more widespread along the coast and across the northern parts of the state. It's really a similar story across the board, widespread thunder showers. And that story just continues as we move over to Telangana and Andhra Pradesh. Remember that big circulation we mentioned? Well, that's what's fueling these widespread moderate to heavy thunder showers all across Telangana, and that includes Hyderabad. Over in Andhra, the coastal districts are in for a good soaking, and we're seeing some really vigorous convectional storms firing up across Rayalaseema.
Okay, now it's time to get local. Let's really zoom in on Tamil Nadu and break down district by district what you can expect for today.
So starting way down south, the heaviest rain is really going to be focused on districts like Kanyakumari, Madurai, and Theni. As you move a little bit north from there, say towards Tirunelveli, the intensity should ease up a bit. You're looking at lighter, more moderate showers and more cloud cover. Now, over in the west, the Nilgiris are a prime spot for those really intense convectional downpours we talked about. As we move out into the central plains, places from Coimbatore all the way over to Trichy, we'll likely see spells of light to moderate rain, and that activity gets even lighter as you head further east from there. For the Delta districts, it's a little bit of a mixed bag. Most areas will probably just see some lighter showers. But the key area to keep a close eye on is the southern coast. There's a real potential for an isolated heavy downpour somewhere in southern Nagapattinam and Tiruvuru. Now, if you're looking for the main event today, the biggest hotspot for activity, this is it. It's the northern interior districts. You've got this entire corridor from Krishnagiri all the way down to Cuddalore that's expected to see widespread moderate to heavy rain. This is absolutely a zone to watch very closely today. And of course, the big question on everyone's mind, what about Chennai? Well, the capital region is definitely in the mix for today. So, for the entire metropolitan area, that's Chennai, Tiruvallur, Kanchipuram, the whole lot, thunderstorms are very likely. Now, it might just end up being light rain in some spots, especially South Chennai, but you really need to keep an eye on that stretch of coast between Puducherry and Chengalpattu. That's a real hotspot for potential isolated but heavy downpour. So that's the deal for today. But what about the next few days? Let's wrap things up by looking at the bigger picture. The key number to keep in your head is 10. This pattern of afternoon thunderstorms and widespread rain isn't just a one-day thing. This is expected to be the dominant weather story for up to the next 10 days. But, and this is a really crucial point to remember, with this kind of convectional rain, predicting the exact spot that's going to get hit by a heavy storm is very, very difficult. This means that while we know the general areas that are going to get rain, the forecast for your specific neighborhood can change in a flash. So the big takeaway here is just to stay alert.
And that really leaves us with the most important question for you. When is the heavy rain going to hit your district? This pattern is going to evolve day by day, so the absolute best thing you can do is keep an eye on the local updates to stay prepared. Thanks for tuning in, and stay safe out there.